What's going on, everybody? It's about 7:42. I'm about ready to jump on the 8 a.m. Thursday bus from Pattaya back to Bangkok to Ekamai. You can see on the board there's also a 9 o'clock to Mochit station. I'm an Ekamai man. These buses are super popular, and I found out the hard way. You have to book your ticket online within 24 hours. So I showed up at 7:15. I could not get on there were two 7:30 buses, so I had to wait 45 minutes, but that's not bad. If you show up here Sunday afternoon, yeah, you're gonna miss 4 buses. And you can see where you buy the ticket down the way, there's a little Disneyland ropes. It will get busy. It's only 131 baht for the bus, but get it ahead of time. When you ride the bus here from Ekamai, what I suggest is just go over and buy your return ticket right at the window for 3, 4 days, 5 days later, whenever you're going home. I could not do that because I, last minute decision, jumped on the 9 o'clock Ekamai bus over here. And by the time we showed up, the ticket window was closed. So live and learn. You can do it online. I'll put down in the description the website, but you cannot do it within 24 hours. It just says, no available buses. Well, some seats were available. You're just not allowed to buy them. And that's my bus straight ahead that's taken off in 15 minutes. You can see nice sized buses. They assign you a seat. I don't know if there's a bathroom in the back. I think there is. It's probably pretty primitive, so keep that in mind. But try to avoid, especially at Ekamai, there's a lot of minivans. And that is a very busy bus station, so you might show up at 2 in the afternoon on a Friday and you can't get on the bus until 3:30. Well, the minivan guys, they'll be hollering, hey, we're leaving right now. That's a little bit of a more uncomfortable ride stuffed in a minivan, especially if they overstuff it. You might be expected to hold a heavy small suitcase or a heavy backpack. They only use the small luggage area for the big bags. The price right now at the end of 2023 is still 131 baht. It's been that for years, one way. There's also a bus station up by Jomtien that I don't know much about. I see the buses over there, and I rode by the bus station the other day. I think it says Sukhumvit Airport and Jomtien Beach. So I don't think you can go to Ekamai from that southern Jomtien bus station, but don't quote me on that. I'm no expert. When I looked online, I didn't see it offered, but that doesn't mean things won't change. Today, anyhow, there's just the bus to Ekamai, which runs more frequent, and the bus to Mochit. There's a little convenience store here, a couple of places to eat, and the toilet, I think it's 3 baht to use. And there's also this yellow bus, which I don't know anything about. I think the blue and white is more like a government subsidized bus. I just saw one of these yellow buses take off to Rayong, and there was one person on it. So look up the yellow bus if you're interested in going in other directions. I see it says Hua Hin and Siratani, Buriram. I don't see Rayong on there, but I did see a big yellow bus just take off with one passenger. I assume it also takes cargo. And I'm not the person to ask on how to get from Sukhumvit to Pattaya, but obviously those government buses make the run as well. I've also hired a car at times. I've never just hired a taxi, but different car services. The one I've used is NAMS, N-A-M-S. She's a real interesting lady. She only hires other ladies to drive. I've had nothing but good experiences. I'll put her down in the description. NAMS car service. Couple of years ago, I think it was 1,300 baht one way, and of course give her a little tip. I think I threw 200 baht down. Maybe the prices have gone up. I mean, gas is only getting more expensive, but that's a rough idea. Just be a little bit careful with the taxis. I had one buddy at the pub the other night. He said he didn't really care. He was just in a big hurry to get over here, and the guy didn't even quote him the price in Thai baht. He said 50 bucks. And the guy just said, yeah, 50 bucks, let's roll. And he probably could have did it for a lot less than $50. The buses are assigned seats, so if that's important to you, I don't know. I assume you'd have to purchase them together and just say, I'm buying 2 tickets, and they'll place you next to each other. It did say online, we're not assigning seats. So maybe don't show up 5 minutes before the bus takes off, or they'll split you. I'm not positive on that. I've only bought 1 ticket. That being said, I'm assuming, and I was unsuccessful, when you buy the ticket online, I'm assuming you still need to get in the line. So if it's a busy time like a Sunday afternoon, just because you bought your ticket online, that doesn't mean you won't have a 15-minute wait to get the actual paper ticket and be assigned a seat. So don't show up crazy early, but I wouldn't cut it too close. These larger buses do have a large cargo area down below, so if you're dragging a big suitcase around, not that big a deal. I just saw some guys get on with some huge, big, long golf club bags that I think also stored their clothes. That seemed to have been a small conversation. I'm not sure if it was oversized and maybe you have to pay for that. I don't know. I'm dragging a little small suitcase, and there's never been any talk of charge for luggage or anything like that. But golf clubs, that might be another matter. Okay, so that answers that about the heavy bags. There was a little bit of a heated discussion going on over here that his bag was too heavy. I travel light, but keep that in mind. I'm sure you can take a little bit heavier bag on. If the ticket price is $131, what's the worst case scenario? They're going to charge you another 100 baht. Who cares? And here's the bus. Nothing fancy, but it's nice and air conditioned. Windows are tinted. You can close the curtain if the sun's right on the side of your head. And I can't really read that. It says bag less than 20 kilogram is 20 baht or 70 baht. Then bag 21 to 30 kilogram is 50 baht, so the other one must be 20. Golf bag 100 baht. Bicycle bag 200 baht. Surfboard 300 baht. And I'm looking through a tinted window at a faded sign, but there you go. She didn't say anything about my little bag. Maybe because it's under, well, it's obviously under 20 kilogram. I think it's probably 10 or 12. So there you go. That's why that one guy with a big full-size bag, I don't think she charged him, but he had a bunch of tote bags strapped to it all, and she says take all that off and carry it on the bus. So just use a little bit of common sense. You don't want to stuff tote bags, things that might fall apart under the bus holder. But there's very little room up above. It's almost more for a briefcase style. So if you bring a really stuffed backpack, you're gonna have to stuff it up in front of your feet. There's some other bus services around town, just like the yellow bus, that I don't know much about. I know there's Bell Travel. That's pretty popular all over the world. And it's not much more. I thought I saw Bell Travel from the airport here to the bus station for 240 baht. I'm guessing the quote-unquote government bus, the blue and white bus, is probably a little cheaper. Who really cares about an extra 100 baht if it takes off at a perfect time for you? So just keep that in mind. There are other options, but I'm just dealing with the nice, simple, straight to Ekamai, and it pretty much leaves on the hour. I think there were 2 buses at 7:30, but I couldn't get on either. I had to wait till the 8 o'clock. Right near the bus station is a beautiful, it's called Big Wood. Beautiful slabs of wood to make tables, I assume. Really nice. And we took off 1 minute late, 8:01. So I'll let you know exactly when we pull into Ekamai. A lot of the battle is crossing that Bangkok traffic. Sometimes I think when I came out here, I think I took off on the 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock bus. I can't remember. And yeah, it seemed to take longer than any of my other bus rides just to get from Ekamai onto the highway. Off in the distance, you can see a branch of Bangkok Hospital. And we're getting on the toll road. Of course, all that's taken care of on the bus. One thing when hiring a taxi or a car service, oftentimes you're expected to also pay the tolls on top of the fee. I know when you take a Grab or a Bull car from, say, Suvarnabhumi into Bangkok, you have to let them know, take the toll road and I'll pay for that. Otherwise, it's going to be a series of back roads. And right as we're getting on the toll road, we just passed a sign that says Suvarnabhumi, 110 kilometers. Some kind of dolphin aquarium. #1 dolphin show in Asia. So it's about 2 minutes after 10. We pulled into Bangkok and different people are going up and asking the driver if they can jump out at different spots. Like we're at Soi 64 in traffic, and one gentleman just asked, can I get out here? And he opened the door. He's did that 2 or 3 times. I know one time last year I was living in En Nut, and I think somebody had arranged to get off at the En Nut BTS, so I just followed her. So if you're gonna get off before the bus station, don't put a bag underneath, because nobody has asked him to open the baggage compartment. I think that's only going to happen at the bus station. I'd say about 8 people got off up at Udom Suk, so don't be afraid to ask. Just, once again, carry on only. So there it is, 1 minute, under 2.5 hours, we're pulling into Ekamai. This is Mark Wien's, Pet Mark, famous YouTuber's restaurant. And another nice, easy 131 baht trip. And right when you enter the bus station, the first window on the right, the one with the group of people, that is the government bus to Pattaya, 131 baht. And these guys over here yelling Pattaya, 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 they are minivans. It's not too bad right now. It's 10:25. These guys are saying we can get you in a 10:30 minibus. She's saying I can get you on the 10:40 large bus. So yeah, that large bus, a little bit more comfortable than those minibuses. But oftentimes it'll be 10:25 and that sign will say 11:15. And these guys are saying we're leaving immediately. So that's a little quick guide on the bus. Don't be afraid to learn how to use it. It's cheap. It's probably a little better for the environment than hiring a car just to go over there, but there's nothing wrong with that. If you want door-to-door service, just expect to probably about 1,500 baht, I would guess. I think it was 12 or 1,300 last time I did it, with a couple hundred baht tip, and somebody told me it had just gone up, so under 2,000 baht, which is not bad for door-to-door service. So thanks so much for following along, and consider subscribing to my little channel. And have a great afternoon.